Happy New Year! Hey, it's January. Welcome to the Dork Forest. You know the websites, JackieCation.com, DorkForest.com, TheDorkForest.com. This month, we don't have a sponsor this month, so feel free to donate to the Dork Forest. Everyone should give me $100 a year, I feel. You could give me them in $8 increments. I have not set up any way for you to do that easily. Anyway, go to JackieCation.com or DorkForest.com and fill in the donation button, and then I will be donated to. The credits, of course. Patrick Brady, gonna fix this audio, thank God. And he is a wonderful man. Then Mike Rickberg sang that song, composed it and sang right there at the beginning with his girlfriend Sarah. He's gonna sing the Mexican hat dance at the end of the show. And Vilmos fixes the website, hosts the website, has his own podcast called Green Room Radio. Feel free to listen to that. Thank you so much for tuning in. There's a lot of merch you can get at JackieCation.com, Dork Forest stuff, and there's also my stand-up schedule. This week I am in New York until the 19th doing stand-up shows and live Dork Forests. At the end of the month, I'm in San Francisco doing SketchFest, a live Dork Forest, and a bunch of sets. So if you are in San Francisco or New York, that's going to happen. Otherwise, I'm wandering around the world doing stand-up comedy. Check my dates at JackieCation.com. Feel free to follow at JackieCation on Twitter. And there is a Ranger of the Dork Forest group that you can ask to join on Facebook where there's a couple hundred Rangers there just talking about shows and talking about their own dorkdoms. So if you want to join that group, it's on Facebook. Okay, too much. This is a great one. Tune in. Thanks a lot for listening, folks.
Welcome to the Dork Forest. Jackie and her pals will never bore us. Shameless confessions
about our obsessions
will make us laugh and smile. So let's explore the Dork Forest and dork out for a while.
Boom, you guys, ladies and gentlemen, clap one more time and we'll get this bad boy started. My guest this evening here at the New York Comedy Pod Festival, the New York Podcast Festival in New York City, adjacent to Chinatown, is the world champ, Judah Friedlander, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do this. 30 Rock, stand-up comedy, walking around being awesome, running for president in 2016, I'm told. This is a man who's got a dorkdom that he has brought a suitcase.
I got a correction. I'm not running for president.
What happened? What happened, man?
I'm standing for president.
Oh, stand up for your rights.
Running means you're scared, okay? Heroes
heroes
stand for things.
You're not,
okay?
You're not fucking
Losers
around.
run away.
Yeah, bastards.
There you go.
All right, I got to unplug this just in case I do something.
All right.
All right, so here we are, gathered like-minded individuals.
Okay.
I'm just going to move a lot of this. This feels like a fence now. I'm going to move that down. That's going away. People, what you don't understand is that when I send out the pre-production, because that's what we're doing here. We send out pre-production documents, and I say, "What is your dorkdom? What do you like?" And he said, "I don't know, ping pong maybe." And then it went on. And so what we have here is we have some a ping pong fan, a fan of some ping pong. Did you play as a child, Judah Friedlander, I wonder?
Of course, that's what people do. They play ping pong.
As children?
Ping pong is the second most popular sport in the world. Soccer being number one.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
This I did not know.
Who here, by round of applause, has played ping pong one time in their life? See?
I myself.
And who has not?
Oh,
See?
wow.
That's what the second popular most sport sounds like.
That's exactly it.
That gentleman who did not play ping pong has had a deprived life.
So,
I'm sorry, sir. I will teach you ping pong.
Oh my God, that might be something. There's a ping pong emporium that happens now where you can go out in public and play ping pong, right? Like a bowling alley kind of situation.
Well, I don't know what emporium means.
Emporium means like a bowling alley.
Oh.
Actually, I don't think that's true, but in this case, the use.
I actually bowled a 300 using a ping pong ball one time. Is that what you're talking about?
I feel like you're a bag of lies. No?
Heroes don't lie. Okay?
Liars never hero.
Yeah.
Heroes never lie. An emporium. It's a gathering of another gathering of like-minded individuals.
They call them ping
Feel
pong
free to
clubs.
drink, everybody.
They call them ping pong clubs.
Oh, it's a club. Okay.
Yeah, there's clubs all over the country. Yeah.
I know that because
we're actually technically we're not. We're in Chinatown technically.
Is this it? We're not in Little Italy. Little Italy?
No, we're in
Italy?
Chinatown.
Okay.
Little Italy died, unfortunately. It lost the wars.
Was it killed by the mob?
No, it just died.
It just called it?
It was killed by rich people, and
bastards.
Chinatown getting bigger and bigger.
Let's eat the rich.
What's that?
Have you guys seen that T-shirt? Have you seen that? Eat the rich.
I have seen that. Yeah.
It's good work. I don't even get it. I don't even know why we'd want to eat the. I don't want to. I mean, they're.
Well, they eat good food generally. They
oh,
eat
is that it? Is it sort of like veal? It'd be like eating the veal of humanity.
Yeah, they're well fed. They're well nutritioned.
Why do they pound veal and bread it? Why? Why? If it's supposed to be so great, we should eat it raw, right?
Maybe to teach it a lesson. Maybe to teach it a lesson.
Exactly.
Show them who's boss.
We're going to pound you and bread you, in addition to raising you to be the most tender food in the world that I've never had. Have you ever had veal not breaded and pounded? How about this guy without the ping pong? No?
Yeah, you can get like a rack of veal. Yeah, you can get like a leg of veal or something.
Okay, so I played ping pong probably twice in my childhood because we had cousins with a finished basement.
Okay, that's cool. Basements, a lot of cool things happen in basements.
Finished basement. That's what you wanted in Wisconsin. In
like
the 70s.
There's never something boring happening in a basement. It's either a lot of fun, or there's something like really like sad and like evil that happened.
Right.
But
you don't think
always
there's never
interesting.
nothing? Like
no,
what
basements are never boring. Always interesting.
What if you just keep your washer and dryer down there and you're not a child? Then it's kind of boring. Is that still exciting?
That's sad hearing about that. I guess it is.
Did you have a basement growing up? We're going to weed off.
For some of childhood, I did, yeah.
And for the rest of it, you had to fill it up and then dig it out?
We didn't have any upper floors, but we had a basement.
Oh, interesting.
That's the most important part of the house is the basement. So as long as you have that, that's all you need.
That is all you need.
Yeah.
Did you grow up in a winter climate? Did you grow up here?
I moved around.
Moved around? Army brat?
What's that?
Army brat?
Certain type of military.
Sure? Paramilitary?
Yeah. No.
No?
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk more ping pong.
Okay,
I like the idea of it.
Want.
Yeah, it's because it's awesome. Because I've only played like twice.
Okay.
And
I'll teach you too. I'm a very good coach.
Are you?
Yeah.
Well, you're good at everything. I mean, that has been established.
Well, no, not everything.
Oh, no?
No.
I feel like you were the world champ of... No?
Yeah, not reading or math or anything like that.
Oh, well, math is hard.
Yeah.
Math is difficult.
Actually, mathematicians in general make good ping pong players. Ping pong is a game that requires a tremendous amount of not just hand-eye coordination, but it's one of the most technical sports there is. You can't just start playing and become good instantly. It takes years and years of training. It's a very highly skilled sport. And it takes a lot of brain thought. It's actually it's either the fastest or one of the fastest sports there is. The speed of the ping pong ball is incredibly fast,
right?
Which means as a person you need to think fastly, or just fast.
Right,
really fast.
faster.
I told you I'm not really good at those.
No, words are not. You're a wordsmith.
Yeah.
But when talking about ping pong, your enthusiasm gets a hold of you.
No, but so I played as a kid. Rec centers, basements, and then all of a sudden one day, this one kid who we always played, all of a sudden he had all these new moves, he had these new serves and stuff, and we're like, what's going on here? This is bullshit. Where's he getting this shit?
That's cheating.
Yeah, and then not cheating, but we're like, something's up here. This guy got a lot better fast. What happened? And we didn't see the improvement. He just appeared one day much better than he was before. And then
over the course of weeks?
Then we found, probably a week or something. Yeah, and then we found out that he was learning from a Chinese guy down the street. And then we learned via him, the Chinese guy, that there's actually real official ping pong. It's not just basements and shit. There's real official tournaments. There's the USATT, which is the United States of America Table Tennis Association.
Oh.
So there's real stuff going on. And then soccer was always my main game.
Okay.
That was always my main game. And my brother, he was really into tennis. But we both really loved ping pong.
Right.
And then somehow my brother found out about a Junior Olympic ping pong training camp one summer. So my brother, I think that's what it was called. It wasn't necessarily for the Junior Olympics. I don't think they necessarily sponsored it.
Right?
But it was a camp, but it had best players in the country coaching.
Yeah.
And it had some of the best players, young players in the country attending.
Right.
So that was around Baltimore, and so my So my brother went there for a week, and he basically learned the basics, the foundations of the basic strokes and strategy, stuff like that. I never went to that, so my brother taught me some stuff.
Okay, so he went to the camp, but you did not.
I did not. And then I was always into soccer, so ping pong and soccer tournaments had the same. They would happen on the weekends. So, but I played one ping pong tournament when I was a kid. Got crushed, but it was so much fun.
Yeah.
And also in ping pong tournaments, it's pretty funny because they usually there's a tournament like one weekend. Like even in New York City here in the tri-state area, every weekend there's some kind of official tournament going on, whether it's in Jersey, New York, or Connecticut.
And so if I looked up table tennis tournament, it would come up.
Yeah, if you go to usatt.org,
right.
Then you can look up tournaments and you can look up clubs state by state and see what's around.
And can people go watch?
California, where you're from.
Los Angeles has got to have a bunch of people.
It's got a
playing.
bunch, yeah. And Northern California actually has the top players in the country.
I'm willing to drive.
And LA has some very good places,
I'm sure that there's.
too.
Yeah, so did you play in one of the? So do you play now? Do you play in tournaments?
I haven't played in a little bit, but I do. Yeah, I haven't played in a little while, but I do.
But you used to play a lot more, and
yeah, I got it back into it. I know in 2008 the Olympics were going on from Beijing, and it was. I found myself up at 3 in the morning and 4 in the morning, watching live ping pong from the Olympics on online, and I was like, I got to start playing this shit again.
Right,
it was like
right.
I got so into
2008.
Yeah, and it was just like I love sports. I hate working out, and it was like, sports are fun. Working out sucks. If you like working out, there's something wrong with you. I think that means you've never played sports or something. Because sports is like games. It's fun, but working out sucks. But
it's shoveling sand.
Jesus. But
I don't approve.
What's that? Shoveling sand?
It's like shoveling sand for a living. To work out, because you're just doing the same thing.
We don't have sand in New York, so I don't know.
Oh, there's no sand?
Well, actually, at the beach there is.
You got some. Yeah, you're on a waterfront here. You got some sand.
But
you
I'm
got some
banned
pebbles.
from the beach. So.
Are you banned from the beach?
Yeah, I can't talk about it.
Okay. Something to do with Coney Island?
No.
Have you ever been to Coney Island?
Of course.
Okay, all right.
My dad fucking grew up at Coney Island.
Oh, okay.
Coney Island's awesome.
All right. Have you ever been to the Wisconsin Dells?
Awesome. No,
Yeah.
what's that?
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
I believe you.
It's in the middle of Wisconsin.
I believe you.
It's the Coney Island of Wisconsin.
It's the Coney Island of Wisconsin?
Yeah, it's full of a bunch of
really
rednecks and dirtbags, man. Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Coney Island. It's one of those places people shit on it all the time. They say it's disgusting, it's gross, but I fucking love it, man.
Yeah.
To me, it's like the people's beach. It's unpretentious. It's free.
It's free?
You can take the fucking subway there. It's ridiculous.
Okay.
Take the subway to the beach.
Just keep going?
Awesome.
Is it at the end of the subway because it's on Coney Island?
Yeah, yeah.
Is it an actual island?
What's that?
Is it on an island?
I think it sort of is, yeah.
All right. Okay. Because
I'm not an expert on islands, but
right.
I think it is.
I think when I found out that Staten Island was an island, and then Long Island is not an island. Is Long Island an island?
Technically it is, but Queens is part of it.
Okay.
There's no water dividing Queens and Long Island. It's technically the same thing.
It feels like no island.
It's basically like, what's that?
It doesn't feel like an island.
No, they're not connected to Manhattan.
Oh,
so
I
it's
see.
an island.
Oh, I get it.
It is an island.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I got one move in ping pong. This is the one. It's where you take the...
I can tell you it's already wrong by the way you're moving. You haven't even done the move yet, and it's already incorrect.
Because my posture's wrong? Is that it?
Yeah, it's all wrong. I can actually coach you.
All right. Well, all it is when you slide it against the ball and it spins it. That's my big move.
Well, it is all about spin, but that's wrong technique that you use.
So what? Now wait.
There's a lot of rules, and there's so much cheating involved in ping pong, and it's all kinds of things.
It's because the Chinese are involved.
No. Well, China's currently the best in ping pong.
But haven't they always? I remember.
No, in the 80s and 90s, for a while, Sweden overtook them.
Oh, that's hilarious and awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I love the Chinese.
But yeah,
I just ate a Peking duck. It's fine. All right.
Here's the USA Table Tennis Magazine.
Oh, there's a. Are you a subscriber?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Let's see what some of the as you pull out your items.
So
he's brought a knife to a gunfight. He's brought some items.
Actually, there's three main ways to hold a ping pong paddle.
Yeah.
Well, here.
Okay.
Shake my hand.
Okay.
That's okay. Now shake the paddle.
The hand of the. Okay.
Right. That's called shake hands grip. Except you should have your index finger up on the other side, and then get it in there a little bit more.
All right,
Grab
choke
that,
up on the thing, and then
that's it. Yeah,
and then structure it with a. All right,
that's
this
basic.
is it.
Let me teach you basic form. Stand up here.
Standing up.
Form.
This will be a clock eater, you guys.
Let me see your forehand. Let me see your forehand.
Forehand. I got to move this finger.
Yeah.
What's happened there? Because otherwise.
No, you're starting a backhand now. Forehand.
Oh, forehand. Oh, hi.
Okay.
Like that?
Forehand.
Is that something?
Yeah, it's completely wrong technique.
Okay. This is it.
Now do backhand.
Backhand would be this.
Which way are you hitting the ball? You're supposed to hit in front of you. Pretend the table is this way, where the audience is.
Okay, yeah. So this would be me. This would be me. This would be me. Is that
your
something?
backhand again?
Yep, like this.
It's actually not too bad.
All right.
It's better than I thought it would be.
Does it have to be parallel to the?
No.
Okay.
I'm going to teach you.
Hey, now
form.
it's do-si-do.
Okay.
Awesome.
So basically, in ping pong, this is like your position. You're centered here. It's kind of like boxing. You ever box?
A little bit.
It's almost the same
just
technique.
Just in the 70s.
Move over a little bit more to your right.
And,
So basically, it's all from the. No, put that one down. I'll show that one. I'll show that one later.
Weird looking.
So basically,
your feet are hip apart, right?
Yeah,
shoulder length apart.
You turn it's all a lot of core stuff. You turn at the waist. There's basically three things. You turn sideways at the waist. You don't even have to move your arm, really. You just move your arm is straight in front of you.
Okay.
You twist to the side, so now your arm's at the side.
Okay.
And now there's three things you do at once. You snap the elbow.
Oh.
Right? And then there's also a little bit of the wrist up and down like this.
Yeah.
And then you also, with your hips, you come back like that. So that's your stroke.
That's a fast stroke right there.
And then backhand, most people, they all get it wrong. It's not like tennis or baseball.
Yeah.
But on tennis, you hit your backhand to the side.
Yeah.
Right? Or baseball, you hit it to the side of your body. In ping pong, it comes from the belly button.
Oh, okay.
It's right in front of you, so your body's behind it. And you start here, and you go forward like that.
Oh, interesting, because I did
now
take
I'm going to coach you. I'm going to shadow you. I'm going to get right behind you.
All right, this is happening.
Ping pong lessons are very sexy. We're going to do forehand now. Okay,
all right.
Forehand.
Okay.
Let me guide you. You just hold it, okay?
Okay.
I'm right behind you. So for people listening,
this is it.
We're actually like doing it standing up in front
of
an audience
This is a daisy chain of dorkdom.
Okay. So hip first.
Hip.
This is position one.
Okay.
No, not that way.
Okay.
We're doing forehand.
Forehand,
hip to
back.
the right.
Yep.
Okay. And now you're going to do this.
Yeah.
All right. And a little bit of this.
Yep.
A little bit of wrist.
A little bit
and
of
then
wrist.
with your and then
back.
This too. So all at the same time.
Okay.
So we're going to do a few. So let me guide you. Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Okay, so hip and then alternate. Do that over and over again.
Yes, I feel like we're married in some countries.
And now we get to do backhand.
Oh,
now we get to do backhand.
Belly button,
yeah.
right?
And there's,
okay,
this
choked
is good.
up.
Yeah, and then so it's here and then it's forward.
And that's it.
Got to roll the wrist. Let me do it for you. Keep your wrist loose.
Loose.
Roll it.
Oh, I see.
Roll it.
Roll it.
Roll it.
Roll it. Roll it. Because that gets it over the net and then.
Yeah,
and
the
then
net is 6 inches high, so you need to get.
Is that regulation?
You need to put top spin on the ball.
Yeah.
So you can hit it as hard as you can, but like you're just grazing it really.
Okay.
And so it lands. If you hit it as hard as you can without topspin, it would go, 500 feet in the air.
Right, because
so you
they're
put
light.
topspin on it, and then it comes right back down. Yeah.
Okay, so
that was very good.
That was. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Good
that was
job.
exciting. Oh,
Good
some
job.
small applause from the.
Now I'll show you a few different
applause.
things about here. Now when you buy I'm just gonna put a bunch of paddles
standing
out
dork
here.
forest.
Yeah. So basically, there's all different kinds of rubber.
There is a lot of different kinds of rubber. Now
I'm just
this
showing
one
you
was
a bunch.
the basic one.
Now when you buy a paddle,
right,
it's kind of like when you buy a skateboard. I don't know if anyone skateboards. If you're really into ping pong, you don't just buy a paddle with the rubber already on it. You buy a plain piece of wood.
You buy a board and build it?
You buy a plain wooden paddle.
Yeah.
And then you buy a sheet of rubber, a square sheet of rubber.
Wow.
And then, hold on.
This is fast.
And then you get ping pong glue.
Ping pong specific glue?
Yep.
By the Butterfly Company. ButterflyWorld.com.
Japanese company.
Excellent. Excellent.
They probably, even though Japan's not the best at ping pong, they make the best ping pong equipment.
It's a clean adhesive for table tennis
Okay,
rubbers.
now this is where things get really tricky because in ping pong, this is one of the main ways to cheat in ping pong.
Yeah.
There was something what top players used to all do until about 6 years ago was speed gluing. So before every match, they would take their rubber off.
Yeah.
They would glue it.
Yeah.
Then put it back on, and it was speed glue, and it would make the rubber faster and spinnier. So it's almost like giving your racket steroids.
Wait, the rubber would then move, or?
No. You just put like the glue is almost like a rubber cement, so it's got some elasticity to it.
Okay.
So you put that on right before you play.
And it's bouncy?
And you get more power and more spin than you used to have. So it makes the rubber like a super powerful, super spinny. Right.
Can you use that glue?
So that speed glue has been banned.
Okay.
So a lot of people still use it, even though they're not supposed to. And the testing for it is not very good.
Wow,
and then
it's like
some people even do other
football.
weird shit. They might buy tire glue and just make their own kinds of shit. People
Right.
are like always trying to like do their own science experiments to get the most super powerful racket and not get caught.
Right. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Is there a lot of money in the game?
No.
At any level?
It's really sad.
No, at no
Actually,
level.
in Europe, it's pretty big. Germany, I think, has the best paying league.
That's because they're Germans. I'm just going to be making random statements about
Actually,
different
no.
countries.
This rubber here is actually Donic, and this is German-made rubber.
Okay, DONIC.
And it's made famous by this guy Waldner, who is a Swedish guy, late 40s now, still plays a little bit, mostly just exhibition stuff. But he's the one who beat China in the Olympics
back in the day.
and the Worlds. Yeah.
Now,
And he had his own. He's super famous in China. He had his own restaurant in China.
what goes first? Elbow? What goes first? Is it a joint thing where people got to stop playing?
You know, that's
Is there a carpal
probably
tunnel-y kind of thing?
there is tennis elbow, like in tennis.
Yeah.
There's wrist tennis, elbow, shoulder stuff, neck.
Yeah.
You know.
So now
People
I see.
hurt their knees.
Now I see that.
There's a lot of legs.
Really? Oh,
a
that
lot
makes
of leg
sense
work.
actually.
Yeah, because a lot of your power is coming from the legs. Yeah.
And what
so
about?
There's also, if you go to like paddlepalace.com, I recommend people go there.
Why not?
Paddlepalace.com. You can actually get a flavor for the complexity and the OCD qualities of ping pong, because literally there's hundreds of different types of rubbers. There's really probably like this one's already been cut. You can feel how sticky it is on the bottom.
Oh yeah. So it's
And that's
glue.
the legal glue. That's how
That's
sticky it is.
right. Yeah.
So that's like, and I took this off a paddle probably a year ago, and it's still sticky
And it's still
like that.
sticky.
Yeah,
Now.
you can hear it.
Oh yeah. But why is it?
Okay, so
Yeah.
the general way people play now is with smooth rubber.
Okay.
But if you look at the rubber closely, you can see that there's the pips, like the little pimple things on the other side of it.
Okay.
So it's called inverted or smooth.
Okay.
The racket you grew up playing with is like this. Just
That's
a simple
exactly.
one sheet of rubber with the pips sticking up.
And super narrow.
Right. It's slow, not much spin.
Okay.
The rubber that's made now is called sponge, generally. You can see there's the sheet of rubber, then underneath it is sponge, which makes it soft and squishy, which adds power and speed.
Really? Because it bounces more? Or?
Yeah. I mean, I've got a ping pong ball here.
Sure.
You can test it out.
Okay, hang on.
So just juggle it there. Right. Okay, now do this one. Oh, my God. Yeah. So it's
I recommend you do this at home, people.
Yeah. So, and it creates a lot of spin, too. So,
Okay.
So now I'll show you something else here. So just to give you an idea of the different types of rubbers.
Why would you want smooth on one side and bubbly on the other side? Or what?
Well, the pips. I have short pips on one side. That negates someone else's spin a little bit more.
Okay.
And it also can give a little bit of like a flat or no spin or knuckleball effect.
Okay. So you're spinning the paddle while you're playing, like you're playing on one side for a while, or you're playing on another side.
No, I generally use the smooth on my backhand, and I use short pips on my forehand.
Okay.
Because also just for like smashing and hitting, it's pretty good. For getting tons of spin, smooth is better. But I still get pretty good spin with this. But I might switch to this. People are always switching. So basically, there's hundreds of different types of wooden blades.
Right.
This actually has a balsa wood core, so it's a very light blade.
Yeah.
But most people don't like that. They think it doesn't have as good touch. But you can also. Sorry, this is probably boring everybody.
Oh no.
But
that's a
dork out.
That's
So
that
anyways,
is a sign that we have a successful Dark Forest. When someone goes, "Is this too specific?"
So, but basically, so there's hundreds of different types of rubber. So, and now when you order this rubber sheet, this is at the sponge is 2.1 millimeter thickness.
Okay.
You can get it at 1.9. You can get it at 1.5. You can get it at 1.0. You can get it at 0.5.
Okay.
And
but
then some
that's
rubbers
the thickest,
you can, and then some, you can only get it so thick. They have rules about all those things.
Okay, that makes sense.
And they actually, a friend of mine was just at the Nationals in Vegas, and she's on the national team. And in one of her big matches, in the quarterfinal match, she wasn't allowed to play with her paddle because they measured it, and it was a little too thick or something like that. So she had to play with another one. So that was like a bummer. So
quick side question.
Yeah, go for it.
Do boys play against boys and girls play against girls?
Yeah, I was going to get to that. So when you play, when you're on a national level, they have there's all kinds of things. They'll have a men's event, they'll have a women's event,
right,
and they'll have age events for boys and girls.
That makes
also.
sense. Yeah.
When you're playing a regular, I like to stand. When
Okay.
you're playing a regular table tennis thing, tournament, it's there's generally 5 categories.
Yeah.
And it's by ability only. So, and it's the same, if anyone plays chess, it's the same rating system that chess uses.
Really?
So the best.
So the qualifying?
No, just for everyone who joins the USATT.
Right.
If they play a tournament, they get a rating.
Okay.
That's not a ranking.
Okay.
It's a rating to let you know what your quality of level is.
Okay.
So there's 2,600. There's only a handful of people who are at the 2,600 level.
Okay.
And then the most best people are around like 2,500.
Okay.
It's for men and women.
Yeah.
And in general, on a world level, the women in this country are better than the men on a world level.
Okay. Soccer as well.
Go women.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true. Soccer as well, too. Much higher rated than the men. Yeah. So what were we talking about? I forgot.
Just the rating.
Oh, the ratings, right. Okay,
women.
so I think an average player is around 1,700. Someone who's never played a tournament before is probably they call it under 1,000. That would be the entry level. Under 1,000, then they might have a under 1,300, under 1,550, under 1,800, and then maybe an under 2,300, and then an open.
Okay, and are you ranked?
Yeah, I'm rated.
Not
yeah.
ranked.
Yeah, well, this gets into another thing because I haven't played a tournament in a few years. My rating is 1,510.
Okay.
But it's probably much higher than that because I haven't played a tournament in 3 years.
Right. But you've continued
But
to
this
get
goes
better.
back to another thing that people do. The guys who are like the best guys and girls in the country, when they play a tournament, the most they'll probably win on a weekly basis is around $200. So these are like the best players in the country. If they were, they should
need
be.
A day job.
What I want to do is make like a national table tennis league. That's what countries in Europe have and Asia have, and we need something like that.
Right.
And then, so anyways, because a lot of our best players, they're great, and then they might even do well on the juniors, on world tournaments, but then college comes around and they just kind of stop playing. The way most players make money is by coaching.
Okay.
And generally, prices are anywhere from like $40 to $70 an hour, which is actually very cheap if you consider it. Because if you go to a gym, and you want a trainer, you're going to be paying anywhere from $50 to $100 an hour, and this is somebody who took a 6-week course.
Right.
Here you're having one of the best players in the country coach you one-on-one for $40 to $70.
Right, so under $100.
Yeah, so it's pretty damn good.
And so they're going to need 10 clients a day or 5 clients a day to make a couple $100.
Yeah, well, there's all kinds of weird things that go on now. What some guys do is they try to latch on to one rich kid and then just coach that kid the whole time.
Milk the hell out of that kid?
Yeah. So sometimes you'll have like 2 ping pong coaches like becoming best friends with a 9-year-old.
And there's something creepy about it. It's all graft.
No, actually, well, I think there's one guy that's pretty fucking creepy, but the guys I'm talking about are cool. Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah. There's one guy, he doesn't live in New York City, but yeah, definitely is something creepy there. But yeah, so that's what some guys do. And then there are some ping pong clubs that have a real, like in Maryland where I grew up a lot, there's a really good one. And it is, they have like 20 tables. There's 3 guys that run it. 2 of them were on the Chinese national team. They came over here in the 80s. And one of them, it's interesting, the guy I talked about, Waldner, the Swedish guy, who wound up winning the Olympics and winning the Worlds. So he defeated Chinese players to do that. China, after that, was like, all right, we got to bounce back.
Yeah.
So one of the guys who runs the Maryland club, he was on the national team, and his job was to mimic Waldner, to play just like Waldner.
Oh.
So that the top Chinese player could practice against him. So when that guy got to play
Sparring.
Waldner, he was already... Yeah. So there's all kinds of like strategy things like that.
That's huge.
Yeah. But going back to the rubber... So what some guys do... Here's another thing with the tournaments. What some guys do... Let's say there's 2 events. There's the Open, and then there's the under 2350.
Okay.
Right? So the best players in this tournament are going to be at 2,500. So 2350 is not that far away from 2,500.
Right.
So what some guys do is they'll really be a 2450 player. So they can't win the Open.
Right.
They might come in third or fourth. Well, they'll make $25 or nothing. So what they do is they make their rating shittier than it normally is, than it should be, so they can win under 2350.
They min-max the game. They game the system.
So there's a lot of that stuff going on. And New York is known for having
$150.
And New York is known for having players that cheat more than anybody. And there's all kinds of things, and there's no referees unless you get to like the finals. You have to self-referee the matches. It's very low budget.
That is interesting.
Yeah. So there's so many ways to cheat.
System.
There's so many ways to cheat with your serve.
Yeah.
It's like what you can do is because when you serve the ball, it's not like you guys have played where you just where you hold the ball close to the paddle and you just do it like that. But what you're supposed to throw the ball up 6 inches and then hit the ball.
Oh, like tennis.
But what a lot of guys will do to hide it, they'll toss the ball up, throw their body or shoulder in front, hit the ball with their arm in front so you can't see how they hit the ball. So you can't see if they're given top spin, if they're given underspin or side spin or a combination. So one time I was at a ping pong tournament, and this Indian guy who's probably 30 is playing a 12-year-old Chinese kid. And the Chinese kid's dad is videotaping the thing.
Right.
And their self-keeping score, they thought the score was 8-6. The Indian guy thinks it's 8-6. He's winning. The other kid thought it was 8-7. So the dad was like, they were arguing, and the dad was like, fuck it, I have it on video. We're going to stop the game and fucking rewind the video right now. And that's what they did.
Wow.
And then, but it was taking them like 30 minutes. Now the two of them, this like 6'3" Indian guy and this
5 foot 12
12-year-old Chinese kid are both watching the tape with the dad there. And then, and meanwhile, other people are waiting to play on that table.
Right.
And then the tournament director comes up. He's like, "What the fuck is going on over here?" I don't remember how it got resolved, but but
that's
shit
fantastic.
Like that goes on all the time.
Yeah, because it can there aren't any referees.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
And then you throw in the speed glue stuff also. There's that stuff.
Right. Because they're supposed to be somehow finding if it's regular glue or speed glue.
Yeah, but at small tournaments, they don't do that. Yeah.
Right, they don't
even
have
at the
DNA
big tournaments,
testing. It's not like an episode of
They're supposed to have some kind of machine at the big tournaments, but I haven't seen those.
Okay.
I think even those may not work all that well. Yeah.
And now, I want to talk.
Also, no, go ahead. I was going to go into one other thing about the rubber.
Yeah.
I talked about it. You see how this is smooth? And now you see, ping pong paddles, you see there's red on one side and black on one side.
Right.
It wasn't always that way. At some point that changed, I think, in the 80s, because people used to have red on two sides.
Right.
But there's also a type of rubber called anti, which looks just like the regular smooth rubber, except it has no spin at all, and it negates all spin. So if you had red on both sides, you can always be switching it under the table, and the player doesn't know if you're using the anti or the really spinny stuff.
Right.
So now they make it red and black to give the opponent a chance to try to figure out what the guy is using.
Oh, a little because it's a strategy thing. But why? I mean, wouldn't it be why would they make it a rule that you have to sort of show your hand like that? Why wouldn't it be? No, you got to roll with it, brother.
You're actually, I don't know what all the things are, but you are allowed to look at your opponent's paddle before the match starts.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you're allowed to actually hold it in your hands, but you're allowed to see what they're using.
Right. So the one in my hand is the
that would be called hard bat, actually. That's called hard bat.
Hard bat.
Hard bat. That's based off of the rubber, just because there's no sponge. They call it hard bat.
And this
they actually have tournaments just for hard bat. They have tournaments just for hard bat too.
Do they have tournaments where they give you the paddle when you show up, like Magic cards, where they're like, you get 5 packs
That would
of
be a
Magic
great
cards,
idea. Well, they have had tournaments where there was a hard bat tournament. These are not like official tournaments, but sometimes they're tournaments for money where everyone gets the same paddle.
Oh, Fight Club, man.
Yeah.
Underground
Like they've done that with sandpaper. This is a sandpaper paddle. You can see it sort of looks like it's bent in half.
Yeah.
This is a prototype. They actually make some blades like this. They're actually really good for the backhand because on the backhand, you naturally want to maybe drop the wrist a little bit.
Yeah.
And with this one, it's already dropped.
Oh, cool.
So, but for the forehand, it kind of sucks. So, but they have So this one, I bought this sandpaper from Home Depot, and one's like a really smooth kind, and one's like kind of.
So you bought the blade.
I was just experimenting around. A friend of mine, ping pong guy, professional guy, he gave me the blade because
it's a prototype. Okay.
Yeah. And then these are some collector blades here.
Collector blades.
Oh, so wait, I won't show those yet.
Okay.
So I want to show you another type of rubber. This is called long pips. Feel that.
Oh yeah.
It's
it's like
much
a mat
longer.
in your bathroom.
It's like 3 times longer
than any other than normal.
the regular pip.
This is
and what
I could
that
probably
does,
pick that up almost.
it reverses spin. So
so it comes at you.
If you kind of whatever spin you give,
yeah,
it's going to give back the opposite spin.
Oh, tricky.
It's really tricky, weird shit.
Yeah.
A lot of old guys use that. Old guys who can't move that much, they use that stuff.
Oh, okay, because they need every advantage. They need every advantage. They're like, no, freaking bounce off of that.
Yeah, so...
And, all right.
Yeah, so this paddle's a really weird one. It has anti on one side and then long pips on the other.
Now,
just experimenting around.
Okay, and that's why... Now, because they're not all shaved to the edges.
Right, and this one
stuff.
has a very low, very small sponge. It's 0.5 sponge.
Okay.
And the less sponge you have on long pips, the more of a crazy effect it gives.
Okay, you're like, well...
But it's a slower one,
react to
Try
that,
to hit that,
and then all of a sudden...
hit the ball with that side.
Okay, with the long pips?
Yeah, it's just kind of goofy. Yeah. Just weird, right? Yeah.
We've gone mad.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Good catch.
Now, this orange ball. Let's talk balls. What's happening?
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, good. Okay,
good.
now,
yeah.
This is good.
Now, are they all the same to some extent?
Generally, they started using orange a while back.
Okay.
Because it's a little easier to see on TV than white.
Sure.
And like the shirt I'm wearing right now, this gold, yellow shirt, I would not be able to play a tournament with this because it's too close to the color of the ball.
That's it.
So that would get lost.
Oh, and that would come up.
What's the difference between those two balls? There's a white ball and an orange ball.
Is this white ball the old one?
That's an older one. Yes, it is. No, they're both. This is a current official ball. This used to be the official ball.
Okay, the little white one, which is smaller. It's got to be
exactly.
It's a lot smaller.
The old balls used to be 38 millimeter.
Right.
And now they're 40 millimeter.
Now,
they did that to try to slow the game up a little bit. They thought it was getting too fast and to make it easier to see on TV.
That's awesome.
But the new ball also doesn't curve quite as much. They changed that, I think, in the early 90s.
Are there old timey ping pong players who are like
every once in a while there are guys like real geeky.
Yeah.
We'll have a hard bat tournament. That means no sponge, the old style regular cheap rubber that you get with the 38 millimeter ball.
That's it. And they're like, we'll show you kids.
And the games are to 21, not to 11. Official games are actually to 11.
Okay.
It's 3 out of 5 to 11, and you switch serves every 2 serves, not every 5. It used to be every 5 serves you played at 21.
That's right. I do remember that from my cousin Steven's basement.
Yeah.
And, they had a nice finished basement in Wisconsin.
And you got to win by 2.
And you got to win by 2. That was the other thing. Oh, that is crazy.
This is the collector's paddles I got.
Okay. Ooh, Mao.
Yeah. And Nixon.
Nixon. Oh, that's nice.
In 1971, Nixon had this big ping pong diplomacy thing. There's actually a documentary coming out about it.
Nixon was ahead of his time with China. He likes to create a problem and then fix it. Yeah. Nixon created the problem in 1952, was it? 56? And then he fixed it in 1971. And an old ping pong case.
That's another thing
I love that there are
people
ping pong cases.
Whoops.
Butterfly
That's
again.
People do.
It's the same company, Butterfly. They make the glue. Butterfly.
Here's a little one. Here's a little paddle I have.
They make this. Oh, adorable!
Yeah.
And they're both smooth on both sides.
Yeah,
now, can you use this in a
No, this
in
you
a deal?
just use at exhibitions to humiliate people. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Yeah,
now
that's just for a goof.
Now I want to talk about the clubs.
Yeah.
Because we're clipping along here. Because here's what happens with the Dork Forest. It's over almost immediately. You start talking about the thing you love.
I want to talk also.
You get some more rubber?
The ping pong. You can even read. They actually taught. This is a long pips package.
Right.
And they try to make them all like sexy and exciting sounding, these rubbers, and like basically the rubber.
5.
They try to sell it like the rubber's going to make you an amazing player.
Has a rough but totally frictionless surface.
Here, read this
Offers an outstanding control for all strokes as well as an improved spin reversal. It provides very good overall disturbing properties for blocking close to the table. Yeah. You can attack while producing wobbling balls.
That's the long pips. Here, read this one, the smooth one. Read that
small.
One.
The elasticity of the rubber is considerable with smaller shape change and powerful friction, which makes accelerated loops easy to create. I don't even know what that is. What's an accelerated loop?
A fast loop.
A loop
is a basic stroke where basically you're getting a lot of top spin on the ball.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, the soft sponge makes ball controlling free and backhanded loops easy, for it's easier to stir the ball up at the table. It is an efficient weapon. It's a weapon. To those players who apply fast attack with loops at short court. My mother, who died when I was 7, I didn't kill her. She beat me once with a ping pong paddle.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, where did we get it? We didn't have a table. I don't know where that was the crazy thing. What is this?
So you're going to have a lot of issues when you play.
Oh,
you can use that confusion to confuse your opponent.
I
think you're a natural.
I might be.
Yeah.
I'm usually.
So what are you holding right now?
Oh, I'm holding a piece of plastic that I can see through, and yet it is written upon, and I still can't read it because it's all backwards.
Several different languages.
Oh, here we go. Rubber sheet protection film.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a DONIC, D-O-N-I-C, special protection film should be used whenever you store your racket. Just when you store it?
So basically, what people do, I don't do it, but people get really serious.
Yeah.
The rubber, like players who are like really serious, they probably change their rubber like once a month. I've had this on for like a year.
Okay.
Because the rubber, when you first get it, it's a lot spinnier. It's a little more powerful, but it's mostly spin. So after a while, it loses some spin.
Okay.
So what some guys do is after they play, they'll actually wash or rub down the rubber, and then they'll put a plastic sheet over it. And that saves it, makes the rubber last spinnier
a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Now, how often does someone who's serious about ping pong play?
You should be playing every day.
Yeah, that makes sense.
At least like 5-6 days a week. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, people who are like training, top players, they're probably doing like 6 hours a day or something like that. Yeah.
Who's it? I think Danny Klein's mom was a professional pool player, and they didn't have any living room equipment in their house.
Yeah,
equipment.
That's my goal. Just
furniture.
Have a ping pong table.
Yeah, they just had a pool hall. One of my favorite stories.
I like living room equipment. That's much better than furniture. That's awesome. Well, you should write a book called Living Room Equipment.
Living Room Equipment, it's all about couches.
Yeah.
And they didn't have a couch, they just had a pool table.
Yeah.
And Danny Klein said that one night her mom was practicing pool because she was in all these pool tournaments. And she said, hey, can I borrow the car? She was about 16. And her mom didn't even look up. She just said, rack 'em. And she had to beat her mom playing pool to borrow the car.
That's awesome.
It's one of the greatest stories. I was like, why wouldn't you tell that story every time you got on stage?
Yeah, a friend of mine.
I think it might be Chris McGaha.
A friend of mine who's a top player, he does all kinds of bets with people all the time. Because everyone thinks they're great at ping pong. Like, everyone you meet, everyone thinks they're a professional and they can beat anybody.
Because it's a good intro. I mean, it's a simple game for little kids.
But it's kind of like boxing, where there's always these ex-professional football players who are like, I'm a tough guy. I can beat up a boxer. And they try to box and they just suck.
Wow. It's a second boxing analogy. Do you think it is like boxing?
Well, I don't know,
Because boxing seems hard to me, and
I've seen fights only a couple times at ping pong clubs. Every once in a while.
You've seen a fight where people...
Couple times.
If they're reffing themselves, they're like, it's out.
I mean just at the club when people are just playing. Like, sometimes people get that serious.
Oh, yeah. Now, I forget...
So you're the clubs. You want to talk about the clubs?
I do want to talk about the clubs, but I had a quick question about the line. You know how, there's a white line painted on the edge?
Those mean nothing. There's a line in the middle. Yeah. That's only for doubles. When you serve doubles, you have to serve cross court.
Okay.
That's it. That's the only
and
thing
when you play singles, you don't have to serve it into the corner.
You can serve wherever you want.
Okay, and then
there's other serving rules that you have. You have to be behind the table. You can't be. It has to be behind the edge of the table. You can't be in front of it. Yeah.
And what about? And if it hits anywhere on the table, it's good, or is it got to be inside that white line?
No, anything on the table.
All right, there we go. And now the clubs. There are clubs. Susan Sarandon owns clubs.
Yeah. She actually has one in L.A. now. It's at the Standard Hotel downtown.
There's one in Milwaukee.
Milwaukee has one. Yep. Toronto, Dubai has one now. Yeah.
Dubai?
Yeah, they have
that's
one
hilarious.
Now. Yeah, and there's one here in New York. I go there a lot. Yeah.
Where is it in New York?
23rd and Park.
Okay, I might have to do a drive.
Yeah. New York, Manhattan has about 4 ping pong clubs.
Okay.
3 that are full time. One is the guy who owns it is a ping pong player, but he's also got pool, shuffleboard, all kinds of stuff.
Oh, it's
and then
gaming.
Queens has about 4, 3 Chinese owned and 1 Korean owned.
Wow.
Brooklyn has 2. Well, they're both one's Russian.
Yeah.
And most of these are like so depressing. The Russian one it's in a basement. First of all, it's way out in Brooklyn.
Right.
It's not in cool hip Brooklyn.
Right,
it's way out in Brooklyn. It's close to Coney Island actually.
Okay.
And it's in the basement of a parking garage. And there's no heat.
You know what?
And
There's something
I remember
about being Russian that makes you want to put
there.
something somewhere depressing.
Yeah,
I love the Russians,
and I remember,
but I live...
Yeah, and I remember when I first went there, I have to get there for the tournament at 9 in the morning on a Sunday. And, it takes like an hour to get there. And it's cold as shit.
Right. You got to go through the gulag.
Everyone is just mean. You have to go through a parking.
Is it called One Day in the Life of Ivan Denisovich? Is that the name of it?
No, that should be a good name of it.
It would be an excellent name.
But it's... the
one that Sarandon owns, though, those are just
hers is like a really nice... It's just ping pong, but it's also a restaurant, it's a bar, it's a nightclub.
Oh, okay.
It's like a really fancy...
It's like a Dave's,
fun place.
Kind of a Dave's of ping pong, but not
maybe
cheesy.
A little bit, yeah,
not cheesy.
And it's different at different times of the day.
How much does it cost?
It's different
at different times of the day.
Yeah, and some nights are free and stuff like that. They have all kinds of different things going on.
Oh, that's
cool. And then, every Friday they have a big tournament. It's an unofficial. It's not a USATT sanctioned tournament.
Right.
But it's for $500, and but it's also in the middle of a nightclub. There's loud music going on. They set up some bleachers. People are watching. It's cool. It's fun.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah. Most of the ping pong clubs are like, 7 tables. It's almost always in a basement.
Right.
And in New York, most of them don't have heat or hot water. And it's just, which is illegal, but that's...
Right. You need a high ceiling,
You do need high ceilings, and that's one area where New York is actually not nearly as good as a lot of other places. A lot of other places...
Because you got to find a place with
have high ceilings. Yeah,
and a lot of basements do not. They do not.
It's hard to find,
Okay. So... It turns out we're pushing an hour.
Okay, cool.
But I have this to say: are there if people want to play, they should go to the ping pong clubs,
go to
right?
usatt.org.
And you can find a club that way.
And you can look up. There's a thing that says clubs.
Okay.
And then you can look it up by state and go for it. Man.
Go for it.
Almost every state has a ping pong club.
Oh, that's
And they're real cheap.
Yeah.
And
you bring the whole family.
You'll meet a lot of cool people. You'll meet some weird people. And there's people in New York. It's really there's people really from all over. A lot of Asian, a lot of Eastern European, a lot of Caribbean.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, because in other countries it's a bigger sport than here.
Right. If it's as big as
soccer. There's a fair amount of guys. There's a fair amount of there's people from all over that play. And then Brooklyn also has one that's mostly Caribbean, also in Brownsville.
Okay. Yeah. Do they have a jerk chicken? Would they serve a jerk chicken?
They might. Yeah,
all right. I'm often interested in the chicken.
Jersey
offers.
has. They're great.
Okay. Yeah. Good.
Jerk chicken's great.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with it. And what about a book? If people want to read.
Yeah. Okay.
Definitely.
Is
there a Bobby Fischer?
But there's a guy from Maryland who's one of the guys who runs the Maryland club I was telling you about, Larry Hodges. He has about 3 or 4 instructional ping pong books, and they're very good.
With diagrams?
Yeah, diagrams and everything.
All right, it's happening. Good. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Is there now world champ Judah Friedlander?
Yeah.
What is your website?
Oh, it's judahfriedlander.com.
Catchy. I like it.
Well, it was worldchampionoftheworld.com, but I forgot to renew it, and some fucker from Greece bought it. So.
It's the Greeks.
Yeah. No, I'm very unorganized.
Well, and you're on Twitter, and
that's Judah World Champ on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram.
All of it.
Touring all year,
and you have books and
I try to play ping pong everywhere I go. I travel with my paddle.
Oh, really? Where's the coolest place you ever played?
I played in Sweden over the summer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was cool.
Where that guy played ever, or no?
No, not him. But it was an official ping pong training center. But connected.
I love that.
They do sports differently there. It was a government-owned place, huge complex. They had people practicing javelin, people practicing karate, weightlifting.
Yeah.
It was because they do sports differently over there. They're funded by the government. So I went to one of their places for about an hour or so. It was great.
Right.
Yeah, it was fun.
It's
I went to a good one in Chicago. It was they were from Thailand, the owners. It was a couple. In the front was a flower shop, and in the back was the ping pong club. There's a lot of clubs like that too, because there's not a lot of money in ping pong.
Right.
Yeah.
So you got to speak easy.
Yeah.
You got to you got to say the good word and then get back to the ping pong.
They even had some I think just random shit for sale. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
So cool.
It was like half garage sale, half flower shop, half ping pong place. It was awesome.
This is the Dork Forest, you guys. It's why I do this shit. See, it's fascinating.
Cool,
thank you so much, Judah.
Thank you, and I think you can be a good player.
Yeah.
I can tell by how you caught the ball from the audience. You have good hand-eye coordination.
I'm
going to get you
I don't throw like a girl or anything.
It's good for you, too.
Right. I do need to move more. That's what I'm told.
It's good for, but it's good for the brain also.
Yeah, because you got to think. You got to think
gets your mind up. When you're on the treadmill, there's no brain activity going on. That's why the gym, they got you the TVs, people wearing headsets, because it's so fucking boring.
Mm-hmm.
When you're playing a sport, you have to use your brain.
Yep.
If you're not concentrating on ping pong 100%, you're going to suck and you're going to lose.
Right.
So it's actually a great mental escape.
That's awesome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming to another Live the Dork Forest.
Thanks.
Take care out there.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, that show was awesome. Let's do the credits. Patrick Brady, he fixes the audio every week. He also does the teaser videos on YouTube. So Patrick Brady is an awesome guy, and I thank him for his work. Mike Rickberg sang the song you heard at the beginning, composed and sang it with his girlfriend Sarah. He's going to sing in about a heartbeat for the Mexican Hat Dance. And Vilmos fixes my website, JackieCation.com. So support him and his work. Thanks a lot, you guys. Take care out there. Bye.
My hat, my hat, my hat. They're dancing around my hat. My hat, my hat, my hat. Well, what do you think of that? If it looks like a Mexican hat dance and it sounds like a Mexican hat dance, it's most likely a Mexican hat dance. So take off your hat and let's dance.
Yay! Oh my God. Why don't we just call that as the end of the show?